How are we today? I guess this comes down a bit. Actually, change my mind. That's meant to stay up high, but here we are. And then we go to this one. Cool. Okay, so we've been making a lot of really good progress with the third-person shooter. Hey, 10th. I'm good, thanks. How are you? Second, you made it. You made it second. Iron Man, good to have you back. But you know, I'm trying to keep my voice a little bit lower. Turn the mic up because the reason that I had problems with my microphone is because apparently I was speaking so loudly that the house was reverberating and making a strange noise. Not that there was a strange noise on the stream. So I got that. So we're just going to try to take it down a notch. But you should still be able to hear me. I just won't be yelling into the microphone like I normally do. Which is a little less fun for me. But we're still here. TTS bonk?
TTS bonk.
It's louder now too. I'm making a robot game. I really love robots. I think the theme robot will be my main thing to make only robot games. You know, it's interesting you say that because the first thing that when I started making games, so at first, so it was true. When I first started making games, I thought I was going to have a gimmick where I only made games around like seasonal events, because the first game I made was like Christmas game. So I was like, I'll make an Easter game next, and then I'll make a Halloween game, then I'll make another Christmas game. But at the end of the day, like, it's kind of, I don't know, you change your mind, and that's okay. You know, maybe you want to do that for a little bit, but not forever. So, you know, it's funny because I'm making a game about killing robots more and more efficiently. You'd say the villain in your game was quite evil, Mario Man. Chess Link? What is Chess Link? I don't understand. Okay, so can I chess? I don't know what you're asking. Can I chess link? You gonna link? You wanna play me in chess? You wanna play chess? Is that what we're doing? Cause I'm not that good at chess, to be honest. Like I tilt at like 700 rating. I just can't. I don't have the patience for it. You know what I'm saying? Send link. What are you talking about? Okay. I'm gonna start making videos of my devlogs on making games, but first I need to make my OC is a robot. And making videos on a template in Blender with a camera video. Yeah, I mean, so your OC, do you mean like, I can't see the Twitch, like, DP. Okay, yeah, it's a robot, yeah. Cool, dude. Sounds awesome. Square Peg, welcome to the stream. How are you today? May or may not be kid-friendly metaphor for the true story. Yeah, I mean, as long as the language is PG, I think you can get away with, like, more deeper themes in kid stuff. That's fine. I don't know. I don't have kids, so I'm not really an authority on that. Awesome. Okay, so where we're at with the third-person shooter is that we need to start putting in clips so we can pick up a weapon finally. So last time we left off, we gave ourselves the ability to pick up this pistol, so we can drop that one. Obviously you can't pick up more than one, so you can hover over it and you can press F and you'll pick it up, which is exactly what we want. And obviously you can't pick up more of the same type. So we're sort of in the realm of possibility when it comes to being able to actually pick up stuff in the game, interact with objects and all that kind of stuff. So in theory, the character interaction system is pretty flexible. It should be able to interact with anything. It's a pretty simple script. You're back from the ad. I don't have my tablet here today, which normally is on Twitch, so I can see when the ads are running. I could probably like tell in Twitch, right? It can be hard. UC link. There's no link in the chat. It probably gets auto-modded. Okay, so the interaction system is pretty light. Basically, we're just checking for interactions, and if they are interactable, then, you know, everything's all good. And we emit a signal if body is weapon pickup, weapon pickup, weapon picked up, dot emit. So it's all pretty easy to get that kind of stuff going. What we need to do now is create a reloadable object that we can use to actually add ammo, which is just going to be another signal, right? So it's going to be a signal called ammo picked up. Now, I did say that I'm going to need to look at the ammo resource, because it started off as an idea. Like, we have weapon resources, why can't we have ammo resources? Like, you should be able to have both. But, like, I think in practice it might actually end up hurting me a little bit, but we'll see. Not too sure, to be honest. Where are we? So let's take a look at the weapon manager. And every weapon has a weapon, obviously, and it also has ammo. So, like, obviously your weapon has ammo. I gotta go. I'll see you later. If you stream, I gotta go a lot of places. When I get back, I'll start making my own OC robot. Sounds good. I'm not normally online for very long. Just like 3 hours normally. I gotta turn this mic down. I can't keep that that cadence. I gotta be able to talk louder. I don't know. We'll see. I can't keep my voice low. It's so hard, guys. I just got one of those kind of voices. It like hurts to speak quietly. Single volume. Okay, so essentially we got this ammo resource. And what we need to do with that is there's not really a way to identify what weapon the ammo belongs to, right? So if we had an object that was ammo, we don't at the moment, so let's create one. There's no way for us to know who it belongs to unless you include the weapon with it. You know what I mean? Which I don't know if that's very intuitive. Maybe move the mic further away. That would work, but this mic is not for that. So, like, there are different kinds of microphones, and you sort of get to learn this when you work with audio a lot, but the kind of microphone that I have is called a condenser microphone. And actually, you're like supposed to have it right against your face and speak very closely to it. And they're normally used for vocals. So if you're singing, this is the kind of microphone you're going to use because you don't want to pick up much room noise. They are still commonly used in like broadcasting, but not as much. I'm pretty sure the Rode mic that most people use is also a condenser microphone. Honestly, not too sure. Is it called like the Rode NT1? Is it a condenser microphone as well? Yeah, so this is the kind of one that they would use also in broadcasting. So you do have to get very close to it in order for it to sound right. Otherwise, you're going to start picking up a lot of room noise, a lot of echo. I don't have any carpet in this room. It's all tiled, so echo can get really bad. So generally speaking, you want to have, if you want to get good audio, you want to be able to be have the setup as high as possible what you need when you're like right against it, and it will sound good. The only problem is, like, visually it doesn't look very good because like the mic is totally encapsulating your face. So you will see people have them this far away from there. But like, realistically, I'm always a bit confused because like it sounds so good. So I wonder sometimes if YouTubers have it there. Like
TTS, I will eat you and it's still raining.
No, I'm good, man. Got a question at Chaff Games. How did you add those multicolored tabs in the inspector? Hmm? What multicolored tabs are you talking about? I don't... What multicolored tabs? You got me confused, Squarepeg. I think I have like the stock engine, don't I? I don't know. It's still raining. It is raining really badly, actually. I was a bit worried about the quality. Like, I thought maybe the stream would not actually make it, but it seems like I've got good connection, so that's okay. Right, ammo. We're trying to create ammo on the right. Like over here somewhere. Select the pistol. Ooh. You mean like the purple here? I think that's just normal. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is like a feature from Godot 4.2, maybe a 4.2 feature. It's new. It's new for sure. Anyway. If it says TTS, then it TTS this one? I don't know what you mean. Because that does not show for me. Okay. When it was hailing yesterday, my friend ran out and brought back large pieces like the size of a thumb. 10 seconds later, most of them were that size. When it hails, I do not go outside and collect pieces. But I guess for some people it might be, like, it's very common in Queensland for it to hail. So like maybe it's less fascinating to me. Like I'm just like, yep, it's hailing. And then there's always someone posted on Facebook like, check out the size of this one, it's the size of a fist or a tennis ball. They got it next to like a tennis ball or whatever. Okay, we gotta make an ammo container. So we want to go to models, Candy Blaster Kit, or under models, GLTF format is best, I think. And we have a clip here, so we can create like an object. It should be pretty easy to do. What kind of object? It's going to need to be a physics body, right? Which is called a rigid body in Godot, if I remember correctly. Drop that in. We'll make it local. Get rid of this one. Turbo Seb, welcome to this stream. The hands are showing up in one chat, but not the other. You know, when I think about it, I actually have the chat displayed on 3 separate points on my screen. Like, I literally can't miss it. It's crazy. I used to live in Texas when I was 10 and we had hail, but that was usually followed by tornadoes. So, that's not good. We don't get tornadoes here, luckily. Just cyclones. But they're pretty mild. You live like right at the top of the country, you can get really big ones, but not many people live there. Make this nice and small. Alright. We have an ammo box. So what we're going to do is put a script on this, I would say. Just call it ammo clip. Right? And put a script on it. Ammo clip can be under, is it weapons models for pickups? Pickups. Ammo clip. Weapon pickup. Ammo pickup? Let's change it. That makes more sense, right? Alright. So we'll give this a class name. It'll be pretty straightforward. Class underscore name. Ammo pickup. Oh, wants to save this. Ammo clip. Pickups. Pistol, ammo clip. We'll just make this one for the pistol as well. I will need help to test multiplayer. Sounds good. I'll help you gladly. I don't know how your game is going to be multiplayer, Goosefact, because I've played it and I still don't really even understand the point of it, but I will gladly assist. Way. Oklahoma gets pretty bad tornadoes. Sometimes small towns are wiped off the map. I mean, there's quite a few towns getting wiped off the map in America right now, right? Sorry, that's probably a bit too dark. Sorry, guys. Alright. Class is... I guess it's going to need an export ammo resource extends ammo resource, right? Now the thing is, the weapons, they'll take anything. They're actually not that fussy when it comes to like actually I'll make it so you can shoot people. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. The thing with the weapons is that the ammo, like the weapon doesn't care about the ammo resource. All the weapon manager does is to check to see if one exists. You know, that's literally it. Like you just need to have one. You don't need to like actually specify. So how will, when you walk over one of these, how will you know? Now there's a couple of ways that you can do it, right? Like this could just be, it's an ammo, it takes an ammo resource, and it could also take a weapon, which is going to be a weapon resource, right? Because then you will know, because you can just add the weapon resource here, and it's not going to do anything except for inform the system what it's for. So, well, I've done this in the past with strings, and strings work, but I think it can be confusing for people, and they prefer it when it's something that can be inspected by the system and then work it out itself. So I think I'm going to try this to begin with, and then we'll see like if I'm happy with it. Realistically, it's just a matter of like pulling this out. We go to the player, we go to the weapon resource, and we grab the pistol, right? We just drop that there. And then for the ammo, we just create an ammo resource. We don't have to actually do anything here. It's got default values, but it can be anything really. So it'll just be like 9.9. And magazine capacity, to be honest, I think like we're not going to use that. I don't even know if it needs to be here. Don't know. I'm not too sure, to be honest. That being said, I just had a thought. We could have a separate resource. Can we have a separate resource for an ammo pickup? That seems like a little bit too much. Probably not a good idea. Probably either that or I need to revamp my ammo resources. If that makes sense. Player disappeared when I opened it. Okay. It's all good. We also have weapon names, so we could do string matching. It's not like great though. I don't want to do it. But yeah, let's look at the ammo resource and see what we can do with that. So the pistol also doesn't really have, it's got outlines, but the ammo, I don't think we really want the player to have to look at that to pick it up, right? We just want that to be automatically added. And then same with the weapon, to be honest, same with the weapon. If you can take ammo from it, right? So we're gonna need to do a collection area of effect, essentially. So what we can do is just on the player, essentially, add like an area 2D, an area 3D, I should say, and put a collision shape on it, as usual. Were you able to reuse a lot of stuff from the FPS tournament? Basically just the weapon resource. That's the only thing that came through. The weapon manager is Still, like, it took the functions that I needed, but like it's a lot more basic because like third-person shooters, they're not normally as precise, if you know what I mean. Like most third-person shooters don't demand that you shoot with like a spray pattern or anything like that. So all of that kind of stuff could be excluded. It could be really simplified and still be like functional as a game. Collision. But yeah, I was able to take a fair bit of that weapon management. Need to remake the player. Well, that's what happens. So basically, we could probably just manipulate the extents of this. We get X, Y. So from the top, it looks okay, but we'll give it a little bit extra. Like generous. Feeling generous. Right? And to be honest, probably if we're looking at it from the side, we don't really need to be able to collect anything above the head. But we'll do this, right? And essentially, what we're going to do is call this like view save now. Collector detection, object detection. I don't know, detection. Pickup detection. Something like that. What did I call the? I called that the object picker. So this is the pickup detector, and that is the the object picker up or picker upper. That makes sense. Total sense. You know what I'm saying? We'll roll with that. Should be right, mate. Okay, so we can add a script to this. Under the player, is that where I've got the object picker? We've got pickup detection, object picker. That makes sense. Not going to get confused at all, I don't think. And essentially what this is going to do, it can detect the same layer, which is layer 5, right? This needs to be on layer 5 as well. Where's its collisions? It needs to mask 1 and 5. Probably not 2. I don't really want these flying about. That's the player layer, for anyone that doesn't know. Wouldn't a cylinder collision be better? To be honest, it doesn't really matter, because all it's going to do is detect objects that can be picked up. So like functionally, it like, to be honest, I do want a square, because like you want it to be like maximum contact with the floor. There could be an argument for a cylinder, but like realistically, it's kind of whatever you think works best. We can change it to a cylinder. It would look nicer from the top, wouldn't it? Cylinder shape. Easier to do the radius, right? Just make it really big. Just make that 1. And the height can be like 1.5. Doesn't need to be that tall. Right. We got that down. So now we can basically do the same thing as we've done in the weapon pickup. Is that what it's really called? Oh no, it's not. It's the object picker. Oh my god. So ammo picked up is not going to be here. We don't need to worry about the input. We don't even need to check for interactions. In fact, there's not a lot to do here, except for have a signal that we can relay to the weapon manager, and then just connect up the pickup detection. So we want body entered, right? And we want to connect it to pickup detection. And the reason for this is because that way we can filter through for the right things. So we can have this do multiple things rather than connecting it directly to the weapon manager. Connect it to itself. Body exited? I don't know if that's necessary actually. So that's basically it. And then realistically we can just go if body is ammo pickup, then ammo picked up dot emit, and then it's going to be body dot ammo read. Right now, we've sort of already established that this needs to be a ammo pickup, and we just need to emit the entire thing because we need the weapon manager to know the ammo that it's picking up for, if that makes sense. So now we can connect that, right? Ammo picked up, and then we connect it directly to the weapon manager, right? So on pickup detection, ammo picked up with the ammo, right? So we can go bar index. We'll call this the weapon index. And it will be equal to ammo dot weapon. Sorry, that's not right. It's going to be the weapon. Well, actually, that's an interesting problem. It's not going to work that way because the structure is different. So we're going to actually have to loop through for I in weapon slots, right? If I dot weapon is equal to how many people in one game, 1 to 10? I don't understand the question. Do you mean how many people do you think you should put in your game? 2 to 10? Let's go with 5 because it's in the middle and I like that. Okay, so if the weapon, right, is equal to the ammo pickup dot weapon, we basically match to the weapon. We can say that we need to add ammo to it. So you can say I dot ammo. We just add the ammo, right? That's why we need to know the magazine. So let's go back to the weapon manager for a second. We've got the ammo, right? And we have the magazine capacity, which is like to tell you how much actually sits in the magazine. So generally what I've done in the past is I think I've added it all to reserve ammo, right? There's no max ammo in this particular version. So you can just add reserve ammo infinitely. So basically the ammo just needs to be added to the reserve. I think that's fine, right? It actually doesn't matter. We don't need to get that complicated. So ammo dot reserve ammo plus equals ammo dot ammo resource dot current ammo plus, we'll do both because like we don't know how this is going to get filled out in the future. Let's allow for both. Reserve ammo. So we just add both of those in the ammo resource. Like generally you just fill out one, but like just in case. I like how it's ammo resource. It's not really that clear. Just change this to ammo pickup. Okay. Failed. Expected expression. Says, ooh. What did I do here? Saying return. So I would say that I'm good here. Page state. Unavailable. Weapon reload emit. Current slot dot weapon. I don't know if there was something there and I accidentally deleted it. I guess we're about to find out. Okay, 5 in 1 game server sounds good to me. So yeah, so we're just going to add all of the ammo that's in the ammo resource in the ammo that we're picking up to the reserve ammo of the current ammo container. And then we can return out of this. So we do want to emit information, right? So ammo changed dot emit. Now I believe that expects an ammo resource, right? Ammo change dot, I think weapon reloaded, ammo change dot ammo. So now we can go Ooh. Here's a problem. We can pick up ammo for weapons that we're not currently using, but we do have in our possession, right? Like we do have them in our inventory. We can pick up ammo for them. This allows for that. This will be fine. We only need to update the UI when it's the current weapon. So what we can check is we can go if I is equal to current weapon slot, then ammo update change emit, right? Because this is just like a copy of this, so it's fine. And then after that we can return. We don't need to keep looping once we've added ammo to something, just in case someone wants to have multiple. Alright, that should work. Let's get this added to the scene, shall we? So we've got 9. Magazine capacity also doesn't matter. Let's just make it 0. I don't even think I'm using that. I need to remove it. Yeah, I'm also thinking that maybe the ammo resource could have a weapon resource in it to let it know what ammo it's for. Then I'd have multiples. Have multiple copies. Or hey Vishal, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Welcome. What if we put the ammo data in the pistol, like in the weapon? Would that cause issues? I think it would. The reason for that is because when we up a weapon, we don't want the two weapons to have like the same ammo, if that makes sense. And you have separate ammos. And the way you do that is by never actually saving these. Just some weird thing. That's just how Godot works. So I don't know. I'm not too sure about that, to be honest. You can have like a type, like an enumerator. That'd be cool. Like if you had like pistol and you could use like 9mm. And then in the ammo resource you had like a size. And then you could just match it to that and say like, oh, if the ammo is that size, you can add it to that particular type of ammo. You know what I mean? Which would work really good for like a survival game, in theory. But I don't know. I'll try to make this as general as possible. Okay, so that should all work. Let's get this added to the scene. In the world. Let's add the pistol. Search here, pistol. I'm gonna click pistol. Just add that here. This will be at the 0 location, so we just bring that across. Whoa, too fast. Oh. So that it's visible to the player. Okay, so we got that. Don't want to get too close. Okay, so let's just check out. So that's on layer 5, and it masks the world, which is exactly what you want. And then the player has its detection area, which collides with layer 1 still, so that's not what we want. Is there a way to send signals between scenes without making an auto load? Nope, not really. I'll be honest with you, unless it's in the scene, you can't connect it manually, right? The only other way you could do that, and I do this myself, so I'll show you another option. It only works if the object is spawning that object. You know what I mean? So if I go to the projectile, so projectile, rigid body projectile, I believe I connect the on body entered. So when I spawn this object, I connect the on body entered function and I bind these variables here. So I need to know them, right? I'm not actually doing anything with them at the moment, but they're just there if I need it. So like in a situation where the object is being instantiated, yes, you can do it. You just do it with code. Theoretically, you can also do things with code cross scene. So, but the problem is with child nodes, right? So like say for example, I had the HUD just in the world scene. So it wasn't a part of the player. Getting information on the ammo would be like basically impossible, because unless the only other way that you could do it is you could have that, because like right here, this is just a save scene, right? I don't want to make it editable as children, you know? So how do I get from the weapon manager rather than here, but actually like to a canvas layer in the world? What I could do is I could emit a signal to the player, and then I could create an export variable on the player. So say it's called like HUD, and then connect that up. When you bring this into the scene, you like selected. So I could show you as an example here. You'd be like at export var HUD, and it's like a canvas layer, for example. You just save that, and so then when you go to the player, you've got this HUD, and so now you can just add this to a canvas layer. So add a canvas layer, say it's the HUD, and I can click this and I can choose that, right? And then within this particular scene, on the ready function, potentially you could go like if HUD, then print HUD, right? And then HUD dot, then say you had a signal, ammo update. Be way easier to do an auto load, by the way, like way easier to do an auto load. Ammo update, for example, and then like HUD dot connect string name. Oh, sorry, ammo update dot connect to HUD dot go, for example, right? Can I get a return value from show, because sorry, it's a callable, has to look like that, right? Something like that, right? And so then when you run the game, it has access to the canvas layer, and we can connect that signal. But at the end of the day, that's actually more work than creating a auto load singleton to distribute your signals around. And that's fine. It takes like, it's actually way easier. You know what I'm saying? There's less work involved there. So yeah, I would say just use an auto load singleton. I think I have like I was doing one the other day. I can't remember if it was the cursor game that I was doing that with. This is really not too bad in terms of connecting everything up. Project settings, plugins, global signal connector. You know, you get a signal connector, and then what you do is, so I don't know, you can make it as complicated as you want, but like literally it's just a list of signals. So you put the signals on the signal connector, and then all you have to do is like, say for player health changed, go back to the world. There's the character here, right? And when the health is changed, I think I emit 2 signals, but like on the ready function, I don't even have to connect anything, right? But when the health is changed, I just go signal connector, player health change dot emit, and I pass on the health. And then in the HUD, what I do is, not in the main menu, but in the canvas layer here for the HUD, in the ready function, signal connector, player health change, connect, set health. And then there's a function called set health that'll get called when that signal is emitted, which you can do directly from the object that is actually needing to emit a signal. So you can sort of skip an extra step or two. I think that works really well. Okay, Prashana, how will you create a collision shape for players and enemies? It's really easy. It's really easy. I haven't actually tried yet, but I'm following a Unity tutorial. I'm making a game in Godot. So autoload is like a singleton that everyone can use, but there are events which are signal equivalent. Yeah, it's pretty common. Like in software, this programming pattern, signals and callbacks are really common. You'll see them everywhere. So it's best to get proficient with them as early as you can, because you'll be using them. Right, enemies. So how can we create collision shapes? So what you can do in Godot is you can get bone attachments. So we've got bone attachments for the head, bone attachments for the body, and bone attachments for the legs. Now, you can obviously go as deep as you want with this, but for me, I've just got 3. And so we've got a damage area. It's kind of hard to see, but you can sort of see there's an area around the head. Let's turn it off and on so you can sort of see it. And so that will actually follow the head. This guy only has 1 animation, but if I wonder if I can demonstrate this. If I go into edit mode here and I move the head, is that going to move the head? Hello? See how the area moves with it? So in theory, if we made this guy crouch, I'm pretty sure his entire body is moving down. Give me this. If we made this guy crouch, let's see if we can give him a crouching pose. That rotates the entire body. One above it. See how his head, the area is still there? I'm gonna make him crouch, trust me. I grab this. Maybe. I can't click it. See how he's crouching? Totally. It's not really. See how he's sitting down and sleeping? The area still follows his head, basically, is what I'm trying to demonstrate. So that's how. And basically that area just detects damage. It says a multiplier, obviously. We've got a 2 times multiplier. In your FPS template, I've tried using Area 3D with collisions but run into issues. Yes, you will, because the FPS manager works with raycast, which do not work well with Area 3Ds. I think you would need to... Well, it's not that they don't work well. I think by default they don't detect Area 3Ds, so you need to like check. So say where the bullet would not hit the Area 3D, yeah, that makes sense. Still fixing it. So if I go back to the rigid body projector, we've got the camera raycast here, which does a physics ray query, right? Collide with areas, default is false. So you just need to set that to true and it will be able to detect the areas. And then once you can do that, you can actually... The Discord link invite is invalid. No, that always happens. That's super annoying. Is it really? It's so annoying. Did I accidentally cut it off? Or is it just expired? They're not supposed to. I set them up as being permanent. Oh no, it worked for me. The Discord link. I'm gonna drop it in the chat if chat will allow me. Such a privilege. Because maybe it's YouTube, not me. Go there. Already in your Discord. Well, Vishal isn't, because he said the invite is invalid. You guys will not believe this. I can't get at the shop. It wants me to log in. It's like, no, you can't send this message. You need to log in. It's me. Why did you block me? Restream. Come on. What the heck? What is this? I cannot believe that. I am livid. Try that. Pin that message. That should work. It does show up for me as a Discord for Chaff Games, so jump in and join. I guess I have to sign into Restream. Hang on a second. This one too. It's weird because it works on my end. Can someone else check that? I can generate a new one as well. There's no problems. Let me just sign back into Restream. What the hell? That is the wrong password. Oh my god. I get so nervous putting passwords in on stream. It's scary. It's not like on screen, but like, you know, it could be. Maybe I forgot. Okay. Like that shows up for me. Let me try a private window. New private window. Invite. Oh, it just launches the app. It's like not actually doing anything for me. It worked? Okay. It's weird that it doesn't work for you, Vishal. Did I block you or something? I'm signed out of Restream for some reason. So frustrating. It's like, what do you want from me? It's because I use multiple operating systems. I don't know why, but sometimes it'll just log me out of stuff when I come back. I think it's because like Linux and Windows use a different clock system, and whenever you log between them, the clock's wrong and you have to fix it every single time. I don't know. Anyway, back to this. Okay, so yeah, collab with areas. Okay, we were just adding ammo. Right, so it's there, so we should actually just test this, right? Like in theory it should work. We were checking to see if the pickup was all good. The enemy is in a strange pose, but should be fine because the animation will take over. The default starting is not good. Okay, so we have 18.9. This should just add 9 to the reserve ammo. And it did nothing. Okay. So annoying. I wonder why. I got some debug errors. What's going on here? Weapon manager ammo picked up. Error calling callable control HUD. Oh, it's expecting the current weapon slot. Right. So silly of me to actually forget to pass that along. I joined, copy pasted the Discord link, and add the server dialog. Oh, that's weird. Wow. Sometimes, I don't know if that's a Discord thing or like a browser thing. I don't know. Okay, so the error is in the HUD. Well, it's expecting an ammo resource. Okay. So, press this. Pick up detection? No. We want the weapon manager. Too many scripts, eh? current weapon slot dot ammo, right? Now I also noticed that when we change weapons, we don't actually update the ammo, right? So change weapons, weapon change to emit. Where does this go? Current weapon slot, weapon to drop, goes to the animation player. So on change state, update UI, test character, change weapon finished, change state ready, bullet point equals BP, and then we should also emit ammo change dot current weapon slot dot emit, and it's going to be current weapon slot dot ammo. There we go. Alright. Yeah, that's working. This should get picked up now. Yeah, we added 27. We can walk over it again to add 36. We can just keep doing it because it doesn't actually get deleted. Now, pick up detection. Who deletes what? Who decides that? Maybe there's a callback. I actually think there should be a callback. So, on the pistol, we'll create a function called on picked up, right? And we'll also go picked up. We'll pass a ball, right? Just in case. Right. And this will return void. Basically, we can say if picked up, then key free. Right. We can also, if we want, create a export variable called delete on pickup and have it be a bool, and it can be equal to true as default, right? And then we can also say if picked up and delete on pickup, then queue free, and then that should be fine. Basically what we want to do is go back to the player under the pickup detection and not here, because it doesn't know what's happened with it. It's actually the weapon manager should be responsible for that, because it knows more about what's going on here. So if this has happened, right, after we return or before we return, we can say ammo pickup dot queue free. Sorry, dot on picked up, right? It's a function, and we say true. And then it should be deleted depending on what we've selected. It doesn't matter to this, it just needs to know that it's been picked up. And that really should be it. You don't have to do anything else with it. If it's not been picked up, then it won't get deleted. So now we should go to 36 and delete that, and we do. 27 I should say. Cool. Okay, let's do the weapon. Now, theoretically, weapons are the same kind of thing, but they're a little bit different in the fact that the weapon doesn't necessarily need to be fully picked up, or in this case, there is no maximum amount that a weapon can hold, so like in theory, it can just be deleted as well. We don't really need to treat them any differently, but we will, just in case. Right? That makes sense. So, what we can do is we can come back to this, go to the pickup detection, right, so the pistol. Now, it's getting detected, but it's not. Oh, you know what? I never tested. And before we go any further, Okay, we've got the pistol ammo there. Let's drop this. We no longer have a pistol, so this should not do anything. And it doesn't. So, that's good. Okay, happy days. Now, we can actually pick this up, right? So we walk over to it, we pick it up. Now, if we switch off it, it should still pick it up, but when we switch to the other one, ooh, interesting. Invalid access to ammo is null. Fascinating. How did that happen? Try that again. Oh, you know what? This drop one. That's fine. Wait, what? Okay, hang on a second. Does it just want to walk over it? No, picks up, but when we switch, no error. Okay, hang on a second. We found a bug. We're going to try and recreate that. So what I did was I dropped that, I walked over this, and then I picked this up, and then I walked over this, and then I changed. Oh, it's the bat. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. I took out the bat. And that is because it doesn't have ammo, right? So we just need to do a check now that we are doing updates. If ammo, then do this. Whoops. And to be honest, what we should do is else basically here we just set them to 0 because there is no ammo. And then that works with the bat. Cool. Awesome. Hit this guy. Takes a lot of shots. Awesome. Okay, that works. Realistically, I like an infinity symbol or something like that. I don't know. It's fine. Fine for what it is. Let's make it 0, 0. I don't know if that's going to change anything. Okay, but we can just go, because it's text, right? Oh, actually, we could do this. That might look a bit nicer. Isn't this separated though? Oh no, it's just 2 separate lines. Alright. Right. Fair enough. Yeah. Easy done. Now, we're doing ammo from weapons on the ground. So, still pick up. Probably what we want to do is just create a function, maybe even, I'm trying to work out. Do we care? Or do we just want to make it like a built-in behavior? Like you're always going to make it? Like people might want that. I don't know. Create an option for it. Ammo collectible. A bull, I'll say beat default by true is true. Right. Same kind of thing. Ammo collected. But this time, we have to check that it's 0, right? Ammo collected, I changed it. Ammo picked up. Right? Picked up. And this is pretty much always going to be true, but like, we'll do it anyway. So we can say like, if picked up And what do I call the other variable? Ammo pickup, delete on pickup. I also want that. Delete on no ammo because it's different, right? Right. If picked up and delete on no ammo, then what we want to do is just check that the ammo is 0. So we can say if weapon slot dot ammo dot current ammo plus weapon slot dot reserve ammo is equal to 0, then queue free. That's pretty much it. We don't need to worry about anything else. It's pretty much always going to be the case for this particular game, but we'll put it there just in case. So basically, if the total amount of ammo on the weapon is 0, there's no reason for it to still be around. Just delete it. Obviously, that's an optional feature. And even if we want the ammo to be collectible from it, but we'll make it default true. So weapon pickup, what do? We go back to the player, we go back to the screen, we go to the pickup detection, right? Signal. Now this is because we pick up the weapon by looking at it, so we don't actually want to do that here. We want to say weapon ammo picked up. Right. And it's still just going to emit probably a weapon slot because that's what it has. So we can say weapon slot. Weapon slot, right? So we've got that. And here on body entered, we can just say if body is weapon pickup, then we can emit the signal weapon ammo picked up and dot emit and body, I guess, right? Because we need to manage certain things from the other end, right? It doesn't need to do anything other than pass on the signal. That's fine. Weapon manager, connect. Weapon manager. So basically this could be a function. The ground, no grounding. I don't know what you mean. We could basically calculate should I do that? Calculate. Can we turn this into a function? So I'm going to need to repeat it. Maybe I won't for now. See how it turns out. It's pretty similar though. Basically what we have to do is we have to loop through the same thing. We have to loop through the weapon slots and say if y is equal to weapon slot dot weapon, right? Then we need to add the weapon slot dot ammo. On the ground, on my game, you go through the ground. That happens. This. Like that. And then if it's the current ammo, then on pickup true. So weapon slot. This is, yeah, it takes the weapon. Does it take a weapon slot? Does it take the entire thing? We gave it weapon pickup. The wrong thing. Actually needs to be a weapon pickup. And then weapon slot. Weapon slot? Weapon pickup. add so no higher UI free. What? I think I'm getting something wrong here. It's called a weapon slot on this. There's an additional layer that I forgot to include. Right, fair enough. So, weapon slot. This is weapon pickup dot. Well, I'm gonna have some mistakes here. If I is equal to current weapon slot, weapons or weapon pickup on weapon ammo picked up. True. Okay. So that should be fine. It's basically going to be the total amount anyway, but we'll roll with that. So, ammo, pistol, clip, ammo, weapon, pistol, ammo picked up. If it's 0, then it keys free. If not, it goes whatever. Now, the signal was wrong. Pick up detection. This is not right. Let's go here. And if this, oh no, we're emitting the body. It's just, we never got this right. Weapon pickup. And this will be weapon pickup. Like this. Right. Easy. Let's test it. So we should just get all of that in the reserve ammo. And we do, and it gets deleted. It's great. There's not a situation right now where it won't be, so we won't worry too much about it. We'll pick this up as well and go to 54, which is mathematically correct. So happy days. Bonk this guy, just for fun. Takes a lot of bonks. He doesn't react. It's not that fun. Okay. But still though, that's like the basic principle. I'm just gonna go to the toilet and then I'll be back. What should we put something on in the meantime? I got claimed playing my last video, which is hilarious. I claimed myself because I used Epidemic Sound for a video. Now, apparently I can't use that anymore, so I have to put a video where I didn't use Epidemic Sound, which means we have to go back to Signals. We were talking about Signals before. Also get an ad. Oh my god. Let's pause this.
Felix Gravy Lover. Delicious meaty chunks served with extra gravy. Good to the last slurp.
Signals in Godot are amazing. Signals allow the nodes in your scene to easily communicate with each other, without requiring a direct reference to one another. Signals allow the nodes in your scene to easily communicate with each other, without requiring a direct reference to each other. It allows a node or even a script to announce that something has happened without actually caring who receives the signal it emitted, enabling you to create flexible code that can be reused or repurposed. A simple example of this could be the ammo that the player holds or how much health they have. Godot signals are a version of the observer pattern, which is a widely used and known pattern found in a lot of different programs, languages, and frameworks. So you need to have a firm understanding of how they work in Godot in order to be able to fully unlock your game's potential. So what are the different kinds of signals in Godot? First and foremost are the built-in signals. These signals can be found in the editor on the right dock under node. The signals here usually refer to built-in behavior and don't always need code to activate them. For example, you can use the animation player's signal animation finished to trigger a check on your weapon manager to see if that weapon is automatic and replay the animation. You don't need to tell the animation player anything. Simply hook the signal up where you need it, and it will be emitted every time the animation ends, triggering the next event you need. You can use this to time certain events like coyote time with a timer node. Simply add one to the scene. All you need to do is connect the timeout signal to the player scene. When your player leaves the ground, start the timer, and if the player hits the jump button in time, then we can trigger a jump. Another good example is using an Area 3D node to detect if a player is within range of an item or an enemy. The list is honestly endless. Every node has a bunch of useful signals that you can use for a huge array of different actions, so it's always worth checking there to see if there is something that you can use before doing something else. Not only can you use the built-in nodes, but you can create your own to be used within the editor, which gives rise to endless possibilities. All you have to do is use the keyword signal and then name your signal. Then when you want it to be emitted, you can use the signal name plus the method emit with whatever parameter you want to carry.
I don't like play one of my own videos. It's like the ethical way to do it, apparently. People argue about it all the time. Like, well, like I could play someone else's video, you know? Like people would be more interested. I don't have like amazing retention on my videos. It's got pretty good views, but like if I wanted to like just play someone else's video because like they get more views. I had no box collider that you ground, no grounding. Yeah, well, without a collision shape, you're probably gonna have some issues. All right, so we've got ammo pickup. We're actually like pretty cruisy, I would say. Like we're in a pretty cruisy position. What else have we got to worry about here? Oh, you know what I don't have? I don't have pickups for the rifle. So I should make a rifle pickup for this as a template, right? So and I was thinking about doing like no equipped, like unequipped, something like that. I think that would be interesting as well. Like a no weapon state for the weapon manager. Okay. So this isn't the weapon manager. I don't think it's in the player. I think it's in weapons for model pickups, right? So the easiest way to do this is just to take the pistol and then save the scene as, right? It's like, so I always do stuff like this. So we just make it called a rifle, and obviously we delete the blaster. And then we just go grab the rifle. So for character model, blaster N, not that one. Blaster P, not that one. Blaster D, that's it. Right, make local, delete the node, reset the position, pretty easy. The cool thing about resources is because you do sort of like, because you are recycling the information, like it's not scene dependent in a way, like you can just sort of like, yep, here's the new model and let's just change the collision shape and then just update the resource that's attached to it. It's the beauty of doing things this way. You just sort of like, you can do a lot more. Like your code goes further, if that makes sense. So the weapon slot is empty. We do actually want it to be that way, and it needs an outline. So I'll duplicate this. Actually, you know what? There's a create outline mesh button, 0.05. It looks like trash, but you know what? Cancel, create. We put a shader on this. It'll probably look okay. So get this shadow mesh, no surface material, new standard material. And you want to change the shading to unshaded, and that way it looks a lot better. There's still some clipping issues, so we can go with the cull mode to be disabled front. I forget what you're supposed to do. Alpha. Depth draw mode always, never. Cull mode. Front, disabled, back. We just call that good enough. Realistically, the player has a mind of itself. Well, it does that, doesn't it? Add, subtract. Oh, it's white. Multiply. Pre alpha mix. Diffuse mode unshaded. Ambient. I'm just testing to see what I can find out. Disable fog, vertex color. I say we're pretty much good to go. So then in the pistol, we want to rename this to rifle. And just like that, the weapon slot is empty. I sent them ad-free. I don't know what you mean by that, Goosefat. But I'm glad you're here nonetheless. Alright. So, what do we got to do here? We have to... There's actually nothing else. Ammo collectible, delete ammo. That's fine. Basically what we do, because the pickups need to be like added on demand. So basically we've got the state machine, got the scene, character model. We want to go here to pickups. We've got the rifle, right? We just add that to the scene, right? I sent them now. I don't know what you're talking about, man. So we just drop that in the pickups, and now we can add the resource, right? So we go to the object, now we go to player, weapon manager, weapon resources, and we've got the rifle. Oh, it's a weapon slot. New weapon slot. The rifle. New ammo. 3060, that's fine. Because it's the default. Right? Magazine capacity I don't think is being used. I don't know. I need to check that. I like that this guy's like sitting down now. It kind of looks like he fell over. Kind of cool that you can pose him now. I didn't know you could do that till the other day. Yeah, we've got weapon pickups. Should we organize these a little? What is going on here? That it. Eat Chef game stream and camera. My camera's fine, man. We fixed it. I still can't believe that. It turns out to be so unnecessary. But I guess it is what it is, you know? It can't be helped. At the end of the day, I decided to do something that I didn't need to do. And look what happened. The stream died. Well, the camera died. Ammo clip behind it. Right. So now we can go back to the player, because the player for the pistol resource, right? There is no weapon to drop, it can't be dropped. So let's change that. And now it's the rifle. Right? Let's run the game. So in theory we can drop it, and in theory we can pick it up. And we can. And we should be able to collect its ammo. Oh, we can collect its ammo. It's not deleting. The way you said slut. Yeah. We do say some things that are a bit strange and they sound funny. We like to make fun of New Zealanders here on the way they say the number 6. Sounds like a very different word, to me at least. So yeah. That being said, you are right. we do say the word slot very strangely. You know what? My wife always makes fun of us. It's the words for like sheep, shit. No, sheep, ship. You know what I'm saying? It disappeared for a little while, I think. Yes. Okay, so yeah, why did this? It said delete on no ammo. I'm kind of curious now. Why didn't that? We picked up the ammo, but it did not delete. You know what I mean? Yeah, and like infinite ammo, and I think the other reason it disappeared is because it fell through the floor. Interesting turn of events. Worked right the first time. Going too fast. Okay. So, what do I think is happening here? If picked up, we're getting to pick up. So is there a problem with this? Is this math wrong? Weapon slot dot current ammo reserve ammo equals 0? Are we taking both or just one? Like, is that the problem? Printed Jackal, cheap viewers. Oh yeah, Printed Jackal needs a ban. Printed Jackal. I deleted him from like the thing on the screen, but like I didn't actually ban him. Normally I ban them. But I don't have any kind of moderation, so we're kind of just flying blind out here. Alright. Okay, let's go back to the character, right? And undo do pickup detection. No. Weapon manager. Current ammo, reserve ammo. We're taking them both. And then we're saying ammo picked up, true. If picked up and delete on no ammo is true, then print that. Maybe I'm deleting like something else. I think I'm deleting the model, but get an infinite ammo hack. Obviously, I'm not taking all the ammo. You know what it is? I think I figured it out. I'm not actually like subtracting the ammo. So like, see how this one plus equals. I'm actually not deleting the ammo. So what did this say on pickup? I just delete it. Ah. Okay. That's what I forgot. Easy to fix. So, I've taken the ammo, right? But I also need to remove it from So I'm just thinking. So in my FPS manager, we had this thing where you could have like a maximum amount of ammo that you held, but because we don't have that here, we don't really need to do as much math. Like we could just delete it, right? Like that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, do we really need to bother with it? Like just add the ammo to it and delete it. Like just key free. I think it's not important. Now it's just going to go. Then we pick them all up, and we've got it. And we can kill our guy. Right, awesome. That is that. No, okay, so what I wanted to set up was a no ammo thing. So I do actually want to make all the objects collectible, pick upable. I don't know what you'd call it. So we can add the rifle, because like here's the thing. Like what do we do for the what do we do for the bat? It doesn't have ammo. So what happens when we add that? So let's save scene as, call it the bat, and then same thing here, bat, and then go for the nail bat. Delete this. Nail bat has no textures. Always helpful. Delete. Okay. Just create a surface material override. Did I not make one? Back to the player. Where is that? Character model. Bat. Let's save that. Save as. So we come back up, and essentially we'll go to nail bat.trez. Now that we go to that, we can come back to the scene for the bat, and we can just add it to the material override, right? If I can find it, bat.trez. And it'll work. So that's that. This needs to be a cylinder for sure. Just reduce its size down. Nothing too bad. Give it a little bit on either side. And obviously it's not aligned. Interesting. There we go. Alright. It's gonna roll. So, the bat. It needs a weapon slot. Wait, no it doesn't. Outline mesh. Okay, so ammo collectible, no. Bleed on no ammo, no, we don't need to worry about that. So I think that just is built in, right? Let me think. Outline mesh, create outline mesh. It looks so ridiculous. Why is it like that? Okay, so that's fine. What we need to do is we need to essentially, I guess you would say that we need to probably, well, we need to put a material on this for number one, like without a doubt. So let's get into that. Let's go to the mesh. And on the material, we go standard material. And same as before, we just go with the shading, we just change it to unshaded. It's not perfect, but it'll do, right? Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to separate the two meshes. I'm only the one importing meshes from Blender. They never have shadows. I got this from the internet, but you know, I always use GLTF. And I don't seem to have too many issues, but yeah, not too sure. Okay, so that's done. Let's have a look. So, okay, so that's fine. I think this is okay. We go back to the world. We can, wrong button. Add another pickup for the bat. Let's go back to the bat. And that should be nail bat. That should be hidden, right? Same with the... We need to close some stuff here. Scenes, bat. It's fine. Make clip. It's fine. Bat, player, world. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Alright. So we got the bat. Drop it in the pickups. Let's just rotate it. Okay. Well, this is too fast. Alright, so we got the bat there. So what do we do? When we walk over that, I think it should be okay because essentially the body is weapon pickup, gets emitted to the weapon manager. We go to the weapon manager and it essentially just goes, hey, well, you know what? It does not actually check. So it should, realistically, it should go, if weapon pickup dot can ammo collectible, right? Because we can't do this unless the ammo is collectible. So just add that in to give us the protection that we designed it to have. That works fine. Go back to the world. So it still needs to have the bat weapon slot. Bat. Okay. Now, if we go to the player, actually if we just go bat trez, can be dropped, and we add the pick up the bat, right? So here's the thing. I think where I've gone wrong here, we're going to run into a trouble where we go to the weapon manager and we set up the weapon drop. So how this works is we actually change weapon to drop. We pass it on to change weapon and it just gets emitted to the test character actually. So the weapon manager passes that on to the skeleton. And so what does the skeleton do? Attach weapon to bone, remove weapon from bone. If current attachment key free, remove attachment. On weapon manager, change weapon. Okay, here we go. If weapon to drop, we have a function called spawn weapon pickup. Spawn weapon pickup. So we remove the bone attachment and then we get the world, right? This is kind of dodgy. We should probably change it. And then we add it as a child. What? Hey, wait, hang on a second. Hey, I think I found a bug. Wait, what? No, we can't switch back to it. Has 918 ammo. How does that work? Wait, what? Where does that get set? So we spawn it into the world, but we don't ever put that on it. I'm actually amazed that even works. What the heck? This is like... I'm missing something here. So we got weapon pickup. We add it as a child. So wait, hang on a second. Weapon to drop. It's a pickup. We already know what it is. Have we instantiated it already? Because see how it's like, we're just adding it as a child? So I think in the weapon manager, I've got myself confused. I think in the weapon manager, welcome back Mario 98. Weapon to drop is a weapon pickup. So where does this get set? Change weapon. So when we drop weapon, what do we do? I'm following the clues. Family game time can feel like a chore. I haven't had a family. You know what? My family didn't have family game time. We had family Bible time. So It definitely felt like a chore to me. Alright. I want to press Control / and look for drop. Alright, so what do we do in the drop? Right, weapon to drop, weapon pickup. Alright, so we do instantiate it here. Weapon to drop, current weapon slot. That's where we set it. Right. We don't do anything else. So we should be good for ammo, actually. The bat should work just fine. I was a bit concerned about that. Let's just see if we can drop it. I don't think it's bad, it just feels boring. What kind of games do you play? Like board games and stuff? That's kind of cool. I'm down for that. Bat. We forgot to set the outline mesh. Stands up very straight. And we can add it back and it works, no problems. How cool is that? Like, that's just like, that makes me so happy that that just works. Something wrong with my mouse. This just doesn't work fast enough. It should be way faster, but how good is that? Something we need to address is the ramp. We walk really slowly up it. Run seems to override it, but yeah. Oh, we don't draw a shadow. Actually, maybe... Hey, Turbo Seb, is this what you were talking about? I don't have a shadow. I just realized that. I noticed the other day, but I just sort of like forgot about it because I didn't have time to realize it the other day. Why don't we have a shadow? It's very peculiar, isn't it? Interesting. Right, we've got pickups, drops. I think we're like this close for this to being done. This is nice. I'm really happy. Right, okay, we don't have a shadow. Why don't we have a shadow? It doesn't matter. I don't really care that much. Is it potentially to do with the settings? Like, I was playing around with these at some point. I don't know. Yeah, if it's the mix of my armature that causes this, is very fascinating, isn't it? Cast shadow is set to on. Is it potentially in the material? Transparency alpha, depth draw always. Now I set these up so that they would go invis. What about this guy? This guy draws a shadow. But I don't. And is it to do with this? You know what I'm saying? I could make this more like specky by like, I should just make it go invis as soon as the cursor is going through the character's body. I wonder if it has something to do with these material choices that I've made. Okay, let's have a look. See if we can fix it. It's not super important, but... Albedo. Transparency alpha, depth draw always looks... Right, so we have to reset all of this stuff. Let's just reset all of this. I'd say it has something to do with this. Shading per pixel, albedo, metallic roughness. See if I draw a shadow. I'm back to drawing a shadow. Okay, so it had something to do with those settings. How do I look when I go invisible? I don't, because I can't draw an alpha without... So there is no transparency, right? So like alpha scissor maybe is probably a better choice. But have a look at this. Yeah, no. Alpha hash? No, that's no good. Depth pre-pass. What does that look like? That looks like what I'm looking for. But do I draw a shadow when I do that? technically I'm kind of cheating because this is not like the most efficient way to do like a see-through kind of shader, but like it's not super important. I just wanted to do something. Okay, that doesn't look too bad to be honest, and I still draw shadows, so I'm good. There's some weirdness on the hip, but I'm pretty sure that was always there. Now this looks fine, I guess. I wonder, some people, they will like decide that they actually don't want it to go to where you're aiming. If like it's weird like that, they'll just send it straight because it looks better. I don't know. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to experiment with was unequipping weapons. So now we can drop all the weapons. Can we drop all of them? I actually don't know. I don't know if I put any protection in place for that. Drop that. Drop that. Drop this. We have a problem. Because if weapon slot dot weapon index. What have we got? Cafe Zinho Cafe. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. So, if weapon index 0 doesn't exist, we get an error. Because obviously we don't have any more weapons to drop. Now, the problem starts with the drop weapon function, because obviously we are dropping the weapon, setting the index to be 1 to -1, right? Like we subtracted, can't go past 0, which is fine until you don't have any weapons left. And it gets set to 0, but obviously there can't be anything else. So what if we make this the maximum of 0 to -1? And if it's -1, we go into a unequipped state, if that makes sense. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we go, if weapon index is equal to -1, then return. And I'll just put here like print unequipped weapon. Right now, it's kind of a problem, right? Because we'll actually still have the weapon, because obviously we're calling change weapon, but we're not actually changing weapon. So this will actually still cause issues. I actually can't drop weapons anymore, so my math was bad on that. It just says unequipped weapon. If weapon index, so we're getting the greater of weapon index -1, comma -1. Why would it be -1 straight away? The greater of the two. That doesn't make any sense. I get a bit confused about how max works. It should be like 2, right? Get down to the next one. You know what? This is no good. Because it's just going back to the next previous weapon or 0. I understand, because if we're at 0, it just goes back to 0 because we remove that. It just goes, I know, I don't understand what we're doing. Is it possible to make a game with no colliders or layers? Yeah, for sure. Of course, yeah. You could just do it with text. Plenty of games in the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s just use text, and they work just fine. They are still considered games, you know, even if they don't have as much going on. So that doesn't actually work. I guess what we need to do is check the size. So we can say weapon index, not actually weapon index, but we can go weapon slots, which is an array dot size. I guess size is going to return 0 if it's empty, right? Empty arrays return 0. So if it returns 0, then we know we need to do something. Size is equal to 0, then print unequipped weapon and return. Back in action. Okay, now we can't actually unequip this weapon because obviously we're not doing anything, but we need to create a state that is like, we turn off the weapon manager essentially. So we can say, what do we call this function? Disable weapon manager? Something like that. Disable weapon manager. It doesn't need to return anything. Void. To be honest, all we need to do is emit a signal because it's all just visual, right? So weapon state. Oh, sorry, change state. Weapon state like this. This is how I'm supposed to do it. Unavailable. Change state, weapon state, unavailable. So, ooh, it's 8:53. Refresh browser. It's my weekly internet died check. So ridiculous. We're back. All right. So we disable the weapon manager, we make it unavailable, and then we emit a signal, really. We don't have to do anything else. So we can have a signal called weapon manager disabled. And it doesn't really need to, I guess we want to know if weapon dropped. I don't know if that's how you spell drop. Is it double P and drop? I don't know. Okay, so weapon manager disabled. Right, so if we go to drop, we're going to call this function disable weapon manager and then return out. And then it's going to be true. So weapon dropped. So we'll basically leave it open to say that like you could holster the weapons, right? I don't have a thing for that yet, but we can do that, right? So when it change state, we want to emit the signal disable weapon manager. What's it called? Weapon manager disabled. And then we want to emit, and we want to emit the variable as well, weapon dropped, right? Now we will need to set up a way for the weapon manager to be re-enabled, if that makes sense. Perhaps we can create a Boolean variable to see if we're disabled or not. So far, weapon manager enabled. And it'll be a bool, be equal to true by default, right? And then we can weapon manager enabled false. Kind of confusing having these two here, but it is what it is, I guess, right now. Okay, so interestingly enough, I need a idle animation, and I think I have just the one. I can take it from the enemy, I think. Right, so let's go back to the player. And under the skeleton, here we got test character, yada yada yada. But if we go to the world and look at the enemy has an animation. Manage animations, take one, right? Let's save this, save as. Under player, model, animations, and then we'll just call this idle. No, cancel. Idle, no weapon. This will actually look really bad. Don't worry. It's just placeholder for now. So in the test character, we can come back to this. Press these buttons properly. Right. So let's go to the animation tree, actually animation player, and manage animations, and we can click this button. We got all that idle. Idle, no weapon, right? Go to a list to be easy to read when it idle, no weapon. Couldn't resolve track, so it's not happy with that. So idle, no weapon won't actually work. Animation, remove. Alright, we go to Mixamo. Mixamo. It's okay, we'll go Mixamo. I'll just have to sign in as usual because it always signs me out. So just bear with me while I do that. Again, it's so annoying. Where'd it go? Here we go. All right. Let's go idle. Idle. Right. Oh, right. I gotta show you guys what I'm doing. Holy shit. Okie dokie. It's loading. Refresh the page. Okay. Should be good. Let's have a look. I feel like that one's kind of basic. There's a lot more movement. I don't know. That's fine. It's going. That's fine. Idle like that. And the only other thing we want is like the walking animation. We have to make changes to the tree for this to work properly. Is there like running? What about fists? It would probably look better if it was like combat. I'm live, guys. In case you didn't know. Deleted the wrong thing. Alright, this is good enough for now. Alright. Paste delete. Open Blender. Test character. Okay. Import FBX. Under downloads. Idle. And then what we want to do is just click on this particular armature. Select the action, which is going to be all the way down here. What's it called? Armature. Oh, it's number 23. Okay. This one here. Push down. Idle, no weapon. Save this. Delete hierarchy. And then save this. And then we'll export as GLTF. There it is there. Okay. Easy peasy. All right, so next we come back to this. It might crash. Did I export to the wrong location, perhaps? Normally it crashes. Me just casually waiting for the game to crash. Okay, weapon, projectiles, resources, model, GLB, jump no weapon, jump idle. It's definitely not there. I must have exported it to the wrong location. Export as GLF. Come back here. Get repos. Wait, hang on. I think this is the right location. It's just... Oh, it didn't... There we go. Didn't import it properly. Idle no weapon. Save file. Keep custom track. Object. No, not object. Player. Model. Animations. And idle no weapon. Should be there, right? Okay. Re-import. Animation, manage animation, same as before. Okay, but this time it'll be happy. I don't know, weapon. Okay, so we'll go to this animation. You just need to put it into the tree. This is going to look a little bit silly though, for now. So we've basically got the top half, which is this like pistol blend weapon state here. So if we come out of this, basically we've got, like how I call this the weapon state, inputs, and we can add an element and we can call it no weapon. Right. And we can add an animation, and the animation will be idle no weapon. Now, if we go to no weapon, the dude is so relaxed. And when we run, it's gonna look ridiculous, but we'll roll with it for now. Oh my god. That's so silly. Okay, but it's enough to get us rolling, right? So, yeah, and the weapon manager, we get to watch that ridiculous animation happening. So, oh wait, realistically, we just emit the signal, right? Weapon manager disabled. We want to go to a few things actually. We want to go to the skeleton, right? Because what we need to do here, I have a stable game at the moment. I actually don't believe you, Goosefat. Skeleton. Okay, on weapon manager. Okay, so basically what we want to do here is, I don't know, I played your game. I'm just being silly. Okay, so you know what? We still need more information. So on change weapon, we instantiate the weapon drop, right? No, we don't. But we need to pass on a weapon drop. to the weapon disable weapon manager. The weapon drop. So here we want to pass on weapon true drop. Right? Because we need to pass that on to the weapon manager, to the animation player, so that it knows what to spawn when it like throws the weapon down. Go back to the signal. Weapon dropped and pick up. Right. Save that. And then go back to the skeleton. Now, change weapon. Where is it? I have a lot of change weapon complete. No, we want character detection. Where is it? Load new mesh. Spawn pickup. On weapon manager, weapon changed. Spawn weapon pickup. Interesting. Okay. So we need to request, we basically need to do everything here that we do, except we don't want to set the influence. This is actually going to be more complicated than I realized. So basically we want all of this, but we have to do very specific things with it. So we set the right and left hand influence. Now, we need to set the weapon state to, what's it called? Test character. Oh my god, animation tree. No weapon. Right? Oh, I'm all over the place. What's going on? Go here. Go there. I don't have enough screen space. No weapon, right? It just has to be no weapon. So that is the transition risk. And then the fire transition we don't actually have to worry about because you won't be able to fire in this state. So we don't need to change it to that. Then we can do that request. If weapon dropped, sorry, weapon to drop. So that actually is here. It's no longer null. Weapon pickup. It has to be this. All right. So we've done that. Set IK influence, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so spawn weapon pickup. Be interesting. Right hand attachment doesn't have any of these things. Pickup global position, spawn weapon pickup, remove bone at right hand attachment. Get rid, add child, pickup dot global position equals right hand attachment dot global position. Okay, that's fine. Now, I'm doing a fire request to animation trigger one shot request. Now this is the change weapon, right? So it loads up a new, I think by default, it loads a new weapon, which it doesn't need to do this time. Attach to left hand, attach to right hand, right? Attach weapon to bone. Pack scene. I think it calls this, right? So next weapon equals weapon, this here, right? This is what it calls. And then do I nullify it? Next weapon. So what I should do is I should just go if next weapon and then do all this. And that should help. To be honest, we do want to remove that, so put that like that. remove bone attachment, and then just check if next weapon. Add shard. Instantiate the attachment, right hand attachment, left hand, new attachment bullet point, remove attachment. Where do we set the IK influence? On sprinting, set IK influence, ready, rotate hip, load new mesh. Okay. So when we load the mesh up, we do that. So where does that get called? Right hand attachment. Attach weapon to bone. Yeah? Ah. Interesting. So we set the IK influence here, but realistically, we want to set this when we attach the weapon, because we only need it when we attach the weapon. So attach weapon to bone. Here. Set the IK influence there, because we actually have a weapon to load up. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, so everything seems normal. Right, so let's start unequipping weapons. Right, so the left hand got set, the right hand didn't. And everything looks ridiculous. We have to do some work there, but we're making progress. Left hand, right hand. Right, the left hand, debugger, 119, holy shit. Okay, animation mixer update cache, could not resolve track, right shoulder. This warning could be, well, what the fuck? Disabled in the settings. Enemy. Enemy TSN. Oh. The parameter weapon dropped is never used in the function. Alright, weapon drop, true. We're getting to that. Spawn weapon pickup. You're nearly ready. That's nice. So, why did... I need to think about this for a second. Why did the IK get set for the left hand? Forget about this for a second. If next weapon. On manager weapon changed. I'm not doing that here. Weapon manager disabled. Bonk Chaff. Yeah, I'm here. So, oh, excuse me. My bad. Set it to 0. Unequip weapon. We're calling two functions. Load next weapon. Load new mesh. And then change weapon complete. So load new mesh just attaches weapon to bone. And that function just says if there is a weapon. So we remove the weapon, but then we check to see if there is a next weapon. Right? Probably not the best flow in the code if I had to like criticize it. There should be two. There should be one that says remove bone attachment and then if next weapon. Let the influence of the right hand. Of the left hand to be 1. So I'm guessing next weapon was was not null. That's got to be the answer, right? Even though nothing loaded up, which is what this does. It is null. So why is it set? Stop right there. And I'm guessing, surely this is not being called when it's null. One, two, three. Ooh. Interesting bug. Oh, now it worked. Look at him run with his hands down. Oh, I'm spawning like multiples too. Oh, I can pick these up now? Okay, there's some problem that I haven't realized. There's 2 there, so that's interesting. Pack saying there's 3. It doesn't get called when it's null. It worked, but not the way that I expected it to. Why did that happen that way? Also, I get so many update caches. Makes up my enemy could not resolve track. Right hand thumb. This is really annoying. Can be dissolved. This warning can be disabled. I might need to because it doesn't mean anything to me. Okay. Why is this happening? So, I've got a rogue set IK influence, and then it didn't really work how I expected it, to be honest, because I dropped all of these weapons, and then I came back, and I was able to drop it again. So why did I have 2, and now, oh, I can continuously drop that weapon. Oh, that's weird. Just spawn a lot of bats. Okay. Interesting. I know how to fix that. All the bonks, yeah, literally. So in the player, we have the weapon manager. I don't know why I finally figured this out. The lights in Godot just don't cast shadow by default. That's correct, yes. Yep, you're right. Yep. I forget about that. Oh my god. If weapon, if current state is equal to weapon state dot available, unavailable, return. That would prevent the mass spawning of bats. So that we can't keep doing that. Now, the current weapon, right? Interestingly enough, I don't ever set that to be null, so I still say the current weapon is this. So like if we're disabling the weapon manager, the current weapon slot needs to be equal to null, right? I don't know if I'll run into any errors there. It doesn't seem to matter anyway. I really just wish I knew why this was not like triggering correctly the first time around. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong? Oh, typo. I'm guessing. In the animation controller, something to do with the IK influence for the right hand. This is actually the left hand, isn't it? We know it's not calling this, so how is the IK influence being changed? Where is this being called from? Just one location. Interesting. So then, why is it still being called? Do we never disable it? Right hand, left hand? We do. It's only you that uses TTS. No, there's like there's only 5 people watching. They don't, you know, like I explained to you before, Goosefat. There's not enough happening in the chat that people would need to use it. So it's like we've got, how many people are watching right now? We've got 11 people watching, which is pretty good. It doesn't sound like a lot, but like statistically, that's a lot higher than the average. It's enough. Yeah, there's 4 on Twitch, and then I guess 7 on YouTube. So like, you know, pretty modest numbers. But the chat moves slow enough that I can read every single message. So like, there's not really any incentive. Like, people normally want to do TTS because the chat's moving so quick that the person streaming can't read them all out. And so they, in a way, like as a way to get attention to the streamer, they can, you know, do a TTS. I mean, you can clip farm as well. Like if you do TTS, write something funny. Someone may watch, but do his own creative thing. Yeah, like I do that all the time with other streamers. I just have them on in the background. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it's there now. It's set up in the future. So if the stream does pop off one day and there's like 1,000 people watching, it'll be there. And I also set it up for bits as well. So if someone donates, the message will be read out. Although I don't know how to let people know that that will happen. But yeah, it is what it is. No stress. Right. Why isn't this IK influence going down? It's so annoying. I should set a breakpoint. Be kind of annoying, but it will help me figure it out. What's the button? Continue, F12. Continue. Continue. Up. Do you see that? I've had this happen multiple times now. This is the most ridiculous bullshit that Godot does to me on the regular. Well, not on the regular, but like enough times that I've noticed it, that when I am trying to figure out some kind of strange bug that like logically doesn't make sense, like there was no way for that code to be called, it's happening, like the arm is IK activated, so it's sticking out like that, that's why it looked like that. And then I put a breakpoint in, and guess what? Fucking doesn't get called. It's trolling me, man. It's trolling me. Okay. Obviously, this looks ridiculous, but you get the idea. Now, ooh, interesting. Okay, go back. Dude, this is crazy. Drop weapon. Continue. Inputs are a bit bugged out. Drop weapon. Continue. Drop weapon. It's fine. Shoot. Fine. I'm getting sauce on this thing. It's suspicious. Okay. Live code preview would be cool. Like seeing each step of the runtime. That would be cool. Alright. Now what happens if I take this off? I swear to God, if the arm sticks out again, I will be so annoyed. No, okay, it's fine. What the hell? Deus Nexus. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are you seeing this bullshit? Now I can Naruto run. Okay. Listen, we've made good progress. I've got one more thing to do before I end the stream. Right? So, it's working enough for teaching multiplayer. What am I supposed to be saying? I don't know. I'll make a clip. Roller tape. Basically, the arm was like IK, so the IK was turned on. It shouldn't have been. It was getting turned off before like the weapon was being dropped. But for some reason, it was always on. Sends a doc. Okay. All right. Weapon change, weapon jump, weapon manager, weapon reloaded, weapon manager disabled. Okay, here we go. All right. So we can send this to the camera. This is exciting, guys. Coming full circle. Okay, so none of this really matters to the camera, but if the weapon manager is disabled, we need to go align camera 0. All right, let's check this out. So right now we're like outside of the center. We're like a little bit offset to the right, and we can also be a little bit offset to the left. But if we drop all our weapons, we will be... There it is again. Dude, this is crazy. We'll be aligned to the center. And obviously if you press tab, you go back out again, but that's fine. You know what? I'm actually starting to think this has more to do with me spamming the button too quickly. Yeah, that's the answer. Okay. Okay. Don't know how to fix that. We'll work on that. Alrighty. That's it for now, I think. Pick up the rest on the weekend. Awesome, guys. Right. Elden Ring levels of input buffering. Yeah, if I'm pressing it too quickly, it'll bug out. I'll have to figure out how to fix that. But anyway, I will see you guys on Saturday. Thank you for the support. This is my Patreon supporters. Jibs, Holly Hazard, Color Pants Route, Big Green, Joyce, Nike, Ricky T, YGG, Skullmonger, Mr. Sparkle, Oh Yeah Dude, and IGS Beer. Patreon supporters get access to the stuff early. That's about all I can say. Feeling a bit lazy. You get access to the template right now. It's up there. Alrighty, dudes. Have a good day.